Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Friday Night Frights with Kevin B. I'm your host, Kevin Blood. And tonight, we continue with, we start with the Halloween franchise, the fan films for Halloween. Tonight's film is called The Haddonfield Nightmare. And I want to start off by thanking everybody for joining me. This is Season 1, Episode number 10. Tonight, we have a special guest with us, and he is the director of The Haddonfield Nightmare, and his name is Braden Timmons, and he'll be joining us here momentarily. I'm going to give it a couple minutes for see if people show up. Welcome to the show, Bumbleflower Blood, also known as Mia, my wife. Sometimes takes a little bit for people to get in here. Sir Doom 666. Thanks for joining my friend, also known as Nathan Smock. So I'm going to bring Braden into the picture. I've got to come up with a background for when we have guests on this show. I don't have that yet. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Braden Timmons. Welcome, Braden.
What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Really excited to be here. Kevin, thank you so much for having me on your show. I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a lot of fun, at least for me anyway, because, well, I love having the creators of films, and not just the creators, but people that are involved in the films. I love to have them on the show. And I'm sure that this is the first time that you've actually heard of this show, even though I'm into episode 10 now. It is a fairly new show. I think it was the first episode. I can't remember. I'd have to go back to my backlogs. But I interviewed Mick Strawn. And I don't know if you're aware of who he is.
I'm not actually, no.
Mick Strawn was the art director / special effects guy for A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4. Oh,
okay. Awesome. Interesting.
As a matter of fact, I think that wasn't my first show. It was like my third show. And I ran a video in the background, kind of like what we're going to be doing with the film. And I had different clips. You know, it was a bunch of different clips. I got busted. Long story short, I got kicked off the air because copyright stuff. And then later, Warner Brothers released their claim on my Facebook video because they accepted my dispute about it. And I was like, I did exactly what I was told to do by an attorney. Mm-hmm. You know, it used small clips, and that's what we did. And I still got booted, but people were able to go back and watch the interview with Mick, and I'll tell you, that was an interesting interview. So anytime that I get a chance to interview somebody from any of the films that I cover, it's always a blessing to me. And I found that if I'm doing the fan films, I don't have to worry about copyright infringement and getting slapped around that way. B, it's a lot easier to get permission from folks like yourself that have created these films. And C, it's way easier for me to get folks from the indie film scene to come onto the show than it is people that have been in Hollywood. And I think it also helps give you guys a little more exposure, because I don't have thousands of viewers that I'm aware of yet. Maybe it'll happen one of these days.
Yeah, you never know, man. Like, you just got to keep it up. Like, as long as the thing that I've learned is, like, if you have fun doing stuff like this, people catch on to that. And, because people will catch on to people that are just doing this for subscribers and yada, yada, yada. But, like, everybody that, like, every show I've been on, you can just see the genuine, like, passion that people put into stuff like this. You have fun talking about movies and, like, horror and all that. And, that's all you gotta just enjoy it. Enjoy the process.
That's right. And I definitely enjoy watching the fan films and the independent films a little bit more, I guess, than the Hollywood films, simply because the indie filmmakers seem to come up with more original stuff than Hollywood is now. I mean, all we're getting nowadays is reboots. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I understand why they're doing reboots. They're trying to get the new generation of horror fans into the stuff that you and I grew up watching, which is great. But when you do something like that with, we'll say, for instance, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and you take somebody like Jackie Earle Haley, who's never been part of the franchise, and you try to put him in the place of somebody like Robert Englund, to me, I mean, I think Jackie did the best that he could with what he had to work with.
I agree.
But it wasn't Robert Englund. And so therefore you can take anybody and put him behind a Michael Myers mask. You can take anybody and put him behind a Jason Voorhees mask and not really be able to. I mean, you can tell that it's not somebody like Kane Hodder or Nick Castle, or you know what I mean? Or even Tyler Mane. I think, in my opinion, the best Michael Myers that I've seen, the most intimidating one, was definitely hands down Tyler Mane.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's hard when he's like 6'9" or something like that. Like, I mean,
something like that.
He's a big guy. So, that's definitely somebody that's intimidating that is playing Michael. And honestly, I'd say that James Jude Courtney is probably like right behind him, because like James Jude Courtney's got the height. He's 6'2". And I mean, like, he just has more of like the slim build, though, like
right.
Tyler Mane was more of like a beefy looking Michael Myers.
Well, yeah, he was a wrestler.
Like, yeah, like, so when it comes down to, the most menacing, I have to agree that, yeah, Tyler Mane is definitely like, he has the most menacing look because of just how stocky he is. But James Jude Courtney, in my opinion, is secondary to that, because he's like, he's lean. And I mean, especially how he's been in like these last two movies, Michael Myers has been like the best part of like this sequel trilogy, like, if you ask me. And James Jude Courtney is crushing it as the character. So,
I haven't seen the first one. I haven't seen Halloween. Is it Halloween Kills?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm hoping to be able to see that one of these days. But like I said, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Halloween has not been my absolute favorite franchise. I don't have anything against it. Jason Voorhees scared the crap out of me a hell of a lot more than Michael Myers did back in 1978. I mean, I was 4 years old when Michael Myers came out, and I really, the shape, as they call them, really didn't scare me. Growing up, it didn't scare me. Jason scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
So now if we had the Michael Myers or the shape back in 78 that we had with either James Jude Courtney or even Tyler Mane, that probably would have traumatized me as a child. But it wasn't really all that scary, in my opinion. So
see, mine was the opposite. Mine was the opposite. Like, Michael Myers, he terrified me for some reason. Like, Michael, it was Michael. I thought Jason was cool. I thought Freddy, like, I don't know why, I just liked Freddy's sense of humor with everything. And then I saw Michael Myers, and like, I had trouble sleeping like that, like the night I saw Halloween. I think it was just something about just the breathing. I would always like hear like the breaths against the latex mask that just it just scared the shit out of me. So, I feel like everybody like always has that one slasher that like really got to them when they were younger. And Michael Myers just happened to be that, that one for me. But for some reason I loved it. For some reason I like wanted to see it again. For some reason I wanted to, continue to watch it. So, but yeah.
See, and I was that way with the Friday the 13th. Like, Friday the 13th came out before Freddy. I was into Jason and Friday the 13th, and then along came Freddy. I got obsessed with Freddy Krueger. Now, the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie, I won't say it scared the shit out of me, but it was the one that stuck with me. The ones that followed it, and I said this to Mick Strawn too, and he said, well, that's what makes Freddy so awesome, is that about the one-liners. He became the one-liner guy, and he was awesome at it. And yeah, the stuff that he was saying was funny as hell, but I thought that he should have been more scary, not make me laugh, scare the shit out of me, you know. And for the longest time, I was obsessed with Freddy, and then I got back in with being obsessed with Jason, and Jason's been with me ever since. So, but when Rob Zombie, and I've heard people talk all kinds of smack about Rob Zombie's version of Halloween, and even John Carpenter, I guess, had said, that he did not intend for there to be an explanation of Michael Myers, which is why they named him the Shape. But if you really think about it, in the 1978 version of Halloween, it started off with this kid who killed his sister on Halloween. That's the backstory right there. So Carpenter kind of killed the mystique about it by introducing Michael Myers as a child who just stabbed his sister. And then, 20 years later, he comes back, and then they went with the whole. He didn't explain the Laurie Strode being his Michael Myers' sister. They never said that. That didn't happen until part 2, I guess. But there was very little explanation in part 1, but there was still a background story. It started off with Michael as a child, and whatever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, Zombie went into a full-on detail and for me, that was cool. I wanted to learn more about Michael Myers and why he was the way he was.
Yeah, and I think that there's a good amount of fans too that have wanted to learn more about Michael Myers, right? Like I feel like there are those like diehard Halloween fans, that like you could be a diehard fan and still want to know more about Michael Myers, but I guess you could say the Halloween purists, they will say that you don't need to know more about Michael Myers. Like, you don't need to know why he gets from point A to point B in the matter of like a second. It's like there's a lot of mystery to Michael Myers, and I think that that's what upset some people about the Rob Zombie one. But then again, there are fans of the Rob Zombie one because, like, when you look at a remake, it needs to justify its existence. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it can't just be a shot for shot remake. Otherwise it adds nothing new to the table. What Rob Zombie did, he actually gave us a vision that, he saw. He wanted to give more of a backstory of Michael Myers, and like he wanted us to understand the trauma that he went through as a kid as to what made him into the sadistic serial killer that he became, right? So, and for that, I appreciate it. I personally really enjoy Halloween 2007. As a Halloween fan, I think that it's brutal. I think that it tells its story. It like presents it in a decent way. I do think that there are some moments that are a little over the top. Like I think that it could have definitely cut down the language on it, and it would have probably been, still just as enjoyable. But then Halloween 2, his remake, I just wasn't a fan of. I just felt like it was like way too over the top. I felt like that the vision that he went with, and there are people that love Halloween 2. It's not me. I don't like the Rob Zombie remake.
So I'm a big fan of Zombie's first Halloween film. The second one, I'm a fan of the kills. The kills were phenomenal. The whole thing with the mother and that stuff I didn't need to see that. None of it really made a lot of sense. But the kills, if they could have just taken the kills from part 2 and crammed that all into part 1, like when Jeff Daniel Phillips got his head crushed by Michael stomping on it. I mean, I'm a retired wrestler, so to see somebody get choke slammed like that, and then see their head get squashed, that was phenomenal. That was one of the best kills I've seen.
Yeah.
So
no, I will give it that. Halloween 2, it has some brutal kills. It has some really good kills to it. It's just, and honestly, I'll even give it like the first 20 minutes of the movie I actually really like the whole thing, like with Haddonfield General, as it's called in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I like everything with that. And then it kind of like jumps forward into the future, and I'm just not a fan of the movie from there. But I did really enjoy it. I enjoyed the first 20 minutes, and I wish that they would have taken the first 20 minutes and they would have ran with that. And I feel like that it would have been a much better movie. But that's just my opinion. So
Right. Well, and as CJ Graham once told me, anybody can be an armchair quarterback. So, my wife and I interviewed CJ. I'm sure you know who he is.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Everybody knows who CJ is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We had him on our show, The Main Event with Kevin and Mia, back in 2019, and we were talking about Vengeance.
Okay.
And I was telling him, I was like, dude, I love the film. I was a big fan of it. There were some things that I would personally have done differently, but not saying that it would have been better. I'm just saying I would have done differently. And he said, he's like, yeah, and he's like, and everybody can be an armchair quarterback, but unless you're in that spot, And I was like, absolutely, I totally agree. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't think that everybody should so much. You can express your opinion without being a douchebag about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
right.
I've seen, I'll tell you what, with these fan films, man, there's a lot of cutthroats.
There are.
It's like even somebody, wrestling, man.
Yeah, like there are. So have you seen Haddonfield Nightmare yet?
Oh, I've watched it 2 or 3 times already.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad that you've seen it a couple of times. But like even in like the comment section, like for the most part, you go through the comments and people are saying, it's good, it's great, yada yada yada. Like you'll see mostly positive thoughts, or there are even some comments that I appreciate, like where they say what they liked, but they also say what they didn't like. You know what I mean? Like they give constructive feedback, because then that allows me as a filmmaker to, kind of read that and be like, okay, this is what people liked, this is what they didn't like. How can we make the next film better? But then there are just some people that are just like, oh, this movie fucking sucks and whatever. And they give no sort of context about like, what they didn't like about it. Or like, they're just like, oh, this is trash just for the sake of saying it's trash, or they just don't finish the movie. And I'm the type of person that like, no matter what kind of movie I'm watching, it could be the slowest, most boring film in the world. I will not give it a rating, or I will not give it feedback until I have seen the entire thing. Like I believe in watching something from beginning to end. I believe in watching the whole thing, because the movie could be it could be the slowest movie in the world, but all of a sudden the ending, boom, there's like a huge bang, and you're just like, oh shit. Like, so this is what it was leading to. It's not always the case, but like at least when you finish something, you're able to give your full thoughts on it and, kind of understand like what was going on. So,
yeah. And, see, I'm the kind of guy that if you don't catch my attention within the first 10 minutes, I'm out. So there's got to be something. There's got to be something within the first 10 minutes of the film that catches my interest or my attention in order to keep me there going, all right, even if it's slow, if it seems like it's going somewhere, I'll stick around. Very rarely will you see me comment publicly on a film. Like I didn't put any comments on your film on YouTube, because the way I looked at it was, well, I'm going to get him on my show and I'll say whatever I need to say right to him, and usually in my wife, I will put this comment up. My wife posted, he usually falls asleep, because he usually falls asleep. I don't know. I don't think I'm narcoleptic, but I've got a very short attention span for one. And it does not take long for me to pass out.
Okay. I'm the same way, man. Like if like my head will hit the pillow, if I close my eyes and I'm tired or something like actually puts me to sleep, man, I'm out in like 30 seconds. It's like ridiculous. Like I honestly sometimes think that I should be awarded for the quickest person to fall asleep. It's bad.
I think you and I'd have quite the competition there, bud.
Yeah.
As long as I'm talking, I'm not going to fall asleep. But you let me sit in silence long enough, and holy crap, I fall. And my boss at work, she's caught me dozing off during morning meetings.
Oh
I'll just
man.
sit there and it's what, and I'll just
Yeah.
and she's like, "Hey, Kev, yeah, what?"
Yeah.
So, all right, well, I guess we've jabbered on for about 20 minutes, so that took away 20 minutes of the film. So I'll start the film, and then we'll chat throughout the film, see if we get any more viewers in here. Like I said, the show isn't the number one thing to happen on Friday nights yet, but I keep holding out hope that one of these days we'll get more than 3 viewers at a time.
Yeah. Hey, viewers are viewers, man. 3 people are watching. How you guys
That's
doing?
right.
Thank you for being here. So,
Okay. Now I have us set up, and I'll adjust the volume here of the film too. So yeah, I set it up like this so that we can actually see everything. I'm OCD, I guess you could call it, when it comes to I don't want us being on top of any part of the video.
right. Yeah. No, I mean, I love
nuts.
this. This is actually my favorite setup. Like when I do streams and everything, like, like I love that you can like see like both of us and you can see the movie and everything. So
Now, where was this shot?
So this is actually Old Joliet Prison in Joliet, Illinois.
Now, that's not the actual give me a second here. Smith's Grove.
No, this isn't the actual Smith's Grove. No, but we used it as Smith's Grove. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you got to forgive me because I've watched so many of these films. Were any of your shots taken in actual spots where they filmed the original?
It was not. Our movie was like completely filmed in Illinois. So I live in the Chicagoland area. So I live in Illinois. So it's kind of cool that Halloween takes place in Illinois. But I mean, like there's a lot of small towns in our state that definitely makes it feel like Haddonfield. So
now, is there an actual town called Haddonfield in Illinois?
No.
Not at all. That's totally fictional.
Yep, it is. The concept of Haddonfield actually came from Haddonfield, New Jersey, which is where Deborah Hill, one of the original writers, was from. So, yeah.
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
We have orders. Fuck those orders. The state is supposed to handle this.
What's the state gonna do? Send him back to another institution so he can break out again? How many more people have to die? This asshole killed my sister the other night.
Your sister?
Marion Chambers. Before he could flee
Welcome
town,
to the show,
this
Nicole.
asshole's
Thanks for
dying
joining
right
us.
here, right now.
See, the number one mistake the cop made right there was took his attention off of Michael.
He did.
So the second you look away, you're done.
Exactly. So one thing I will say that we hope to cover in a future film is we definitely want to explain where these two and like where Michael, like where he got captured and like all that stuff and how he led to that moment. So I know that was something that we kind of just like browsed over in the rest of this movie, but we do have plans to cover that later on. So
awesome. And I'm hoping that you will keep me in the loop on anything that you guys do from here on out, whether it's Halloween or any other films that you choose to do. Because I've got no problem bringing you on the show and talking about the film.
Absolutely. Well, we just finished filming a Friday the 13th one that I'm involved with. I'm actually starring in it too. So, and I wrote the script for it and I co-directed that. So that'll be out next year. And then I'm also working on a new film over the summer that'll be a short film. So
nice.
Yeah. So we're going to be pretty busy for the next year or so.
Well, that's good. Staying busy is always good.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to. It's a kind of a personal question, I guess. What budget did you have to make this film?
So we made this movie for $20,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wasn't that just about what the budget was for John Carpenter?
Oh, John Carpenter made it for $300,000. It's still low budget, you know.
Oh, was it 300? I thought it was lower than that.
No, yeah, it was 300,000 is what they made the original for.
Wow.
Still low budget though, so.
Still, yeah, I mean, even for 20,000, man, that's insane.
Yeah, no, I
what
mean
what you came out with for 20 grand was.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was like this was a lot of blood, like sweat and tears went into this project. That's for sure. So
It always, in my opinion, when you, no matter what the budget is, when you put in that much effort to do something like this, the payout has got to be way better, knowing that you were able to do it regardless of whatever the budget was, whether it was 20,000, 50,000. You know, for fans to be able to do that on that type of a budget, it's just amazing to me that they can pull it off. And I will say hats off to you and your crew. You guys kicked ass for it. Even if you would have said it cost you 40,000, you guys did an awesome job.
Well, thank you. That honestly does mean a lot. I'm glad that, you know, people are enjoying it. I'm glad that it's doing well on YouTube. And honestly, like the actors that were all in it, it just makes me happy that they're getting the exposure, you know, that they deserve, because they really put a lot of time into it. So.
And this guy here, I really, he was sleeping on the job.
Yeah, right. I know. I like on action. I actually had to wake him up. I had to be like, "Hey, Peter, you might want to start." No, I'm kidding. He was no, yeah, man. I mean, Peter, he did such a great job, man. Like as John, he really nailed it for what we were going for. So
now, John, I'm trying to remember. I'm forgetting the last name off the top of my head.
So it's John Tate.
John Tate. Now, that was supposed to be Laurie Strode's son?
Yes. So this is Laurie Strode's son from Halloween H2O. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Now, this wasn't the actual actor from H2O.
No, but he looks so much like him. It looks like he could be related, like as an adult.
Well, and that's why I asked, because I was like, geez, I want to say that he looks like the older version of the Tate kid that was in the film, but yeah, I don't know. So I had to ask that question.
yeah, no, it's not Josh Hartnett, but that he looks like he could be, you know, related to him at least.
Yeah. Now, I'll ask the question simply because I know that when John Carpenter did his film, and most of the people that did their films with this, what time of year was it? Was it actually fall time, or did you do this in a totally different and use a bunch of fake leaves?
So no, we filmed all the exterior stuff actually during the fall, and then we filmed the rest of the movie just sporadically throughout the year. So we filmed some in the spring, some in the summer. We wrapped it in July of this year. So
see me after class.
See, and I know, like, who was I talking to? I think I was talking to Jason Brooks, and talking about, you know, filming in different seasons and whatnot. And he was like, well, you know, you gotta have the filming schedule, and you gotta film when you can schedule to get into these places and such and such. I'm like, well, yeah, I get that, but like for me as a filmmaker, I would do my best to shoot in the seasons in which the movies are based in, you know. It just because I would think it would be easier to. It'd be a lot less bullshit to go through, throwing a bunch of fake leaves and then having to pick them all up.
Yeah. No,
you
absolutely.
Just do it in the fall.
Yeah.
Dr. Samuel Loomis.
Or like when it's raining, instead of having to spend thousands or whatever it costs for a rain machine
Loomis watched and
or a
studied
garden
Michael for
hose.
8
Wait until it's
years.
raining.
Mm-hmm.
After that,
Record
he
under a
planned
tent,
to
you know,
see
or
Michael
you know,
for
protect your
what he
equipment,
was.
but record in the rain, in the actual
Purely.
rain. So that
Oh
you're
man,
getting the real
so
weather.
the scene that's coming up in this movie
Myers escaped,
that was like it was
returned to
raining, the Smiths
Haddonfield,
Grove scene, like when the actor
continued
comes
his
out and it
killing
was raining.
spree.
We were out there, it was pouring
And
rain,
his pursuit,
and we were actually
Florence Road.
filming in that. So
Dr. Tate,
Yeah,
are you all right?
Okay, so
yeah.
my wife is saying turn
Sorry,
your
I just
voices
lost
down
my
a
train
bit.
of
I'm
thought.
gonna have to turn the film up because I can't turn my voice down.
Anyway,
Lori?
Well, I can turn mine down,
She died in
but
a car accident a few years ago. But as far
we'll
as
just
Michael,
go with the audio of the
burned in a
film. I can
Haddonfield
adjust
Memorial
that.
fire.
and you believe that
Believe what?
Michael Myers is actually dead.
Yeah, of course I do. No one can survive something like that.
How come there was never any official evidence of his death? I mean, they never found his body.
Nicole
Because his
says,
body was burnt to ashes.
"Hey, excited to check
But
this
what about
out."
the
Well,
rumor?
good. I'm glad, Nicole. Thanks for
rumor?
joining us.
And
Thank
please
you,
don't
Nicole.
start with any cult bullshit.
No, the one of the possible sighting of him in Summer Glen, California in 1998.
Did you read the rest of that report?
No.
Well, if you would have read that the DNA match did not come back to Michael Myers. So it's actually still a bit of a mystery as to whether or not that was actually him.
So you're saying it was someone else dressed in that costume?
I'm saying that Myers is dead. Look, we're getting off topic here. Point is, I'm trying to tell you is that you can't understand this type of person. And that's why Loomis worked so hard when he was on the case to keep Myers where he was, because he recognized him for what he was.
And I will say, I'm very impressed with
My
how
objective is to teach you guys how to
how
empathize,
all
have
the
an
actors and
understanding for these
actresses
abnormal
performed in
behaviors.
this film.
But every
They-
once in a while, there's a rare
They
case
were awesome.
that comes up.
I just,
oh yeah,
That's an exception to the rule.
100%.
I mean, they were believable
I'm saying
characters. You know
Myers
what I mean? Like
Is that exception?
everything that he's saying sounds
Does
like
anyone
it
have
would
any other
naturally be
questions?
coming out of him instead
Yep.
of like he's reading it off
No?
a script.
Mm-hmm. No, he was
That's it
really
for
good,
today.
man. Like
Mr.
we got
Miller.
really lucky with our
be
cast and
late again.
everything.
That's
Oh,
with
also,
fan films, it's a
you
a
guys
rare
know, I'll be
thing
in
to
my
see
office this afternoon
with the actors and
and
actresses
next Monday and
actually
Wednesday.
putting forth the
Make sure you guys
emotion that
read
you
your
would
chapters for
expect
next
with the
week.
dialogue that they're
They will be on the
speaking.
exam.
So to see this, it for me anyway, in my opinion,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Say right here, I know that it's a little hard to hear the audio on these actors, but there was only so much we could do with like audio and like being like an independent film.
Right.
We tried to turn it up as much as we could, but
No.
No.
He was extra weird today. He was like, I don't know, he got really quiet and he was a little
It's a big space to cover too,
yeah.
or it looked like a big space anyway.
Okay, I think we need to go find Lauren. She's waiting for us in the quad.
I actually have class. So I'll see you guys later. All right.
Yeah, did you guys see this? Where did everyone go?
Where'd everybody go?
So what's up with your dad?
What do you mean?
I don't know. He seemed very weird today.
How so?
Just didn't seem like his normal self.
See, what Ness is trying to say is when the main
And I like the mix of the audio with them outside.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a
that's
good
weird.
mix of the gnat sound from outside plus their voices, and
I think I
that's a
remember
tough
him
thing to
saying
pull
something
off
similar
because I know
happened
you
to his
guys got to
mom.
go back
He
and
doesn't ever
re-record
really
the
talk about it.
audio
Mm-hmm.
to make it not. I've seen a few. I've been watching fan films of the
yeah.
Halloween genre
It
now for the
really
last
messed him up
couple
for a long
weeks.
time. It's actually
So
kind of
I've seen a
interesting
lot
psychology.
Shit, dude.
with
That's
uh,
nuts.
like they'll cut out the gnat sound from outside, and
It's fine.
all you hear is just the studio voices, and it's like, ugh.
We're gonna
Yeah.
go grab
So-
lunch. You wanna come with us?
Actually, I have to go see my dad. So I'll
Welcome,
touch base
Peter
later.
Anthony. Thanks for joining
Alright,
us.
but-
Peter
Uh,
Anthony, what's up,
tonight,
man?
right? Yeah,
I see him
see you.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
See ya.
How's it going, Peter?
Peter's one of our sponsors for our mine and my wife's talk show, The Main Event with Kevin and Mia.
Oh, okay.
And he's always popping in on our shows and saying hey. It's always good to see Peter in the audience.
Yeah, speaking of Peter, I was just talking to Destiny today about Roseblood. I'm gonna try and get that covered in one of our episodes coming up for Fear Freaks, because I definitely want to talk about that in depth, for sure. So
yeah, I was supposed to have Peter on my last Friday the 13th franchise show. When I showed Roseblood, he was supposed to be on the show, but something came up and he wasn't able to make it. So
it's always busy times for creators, you know, when they've got a film coming out. So I totally get it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Come in.
I'll get him on the show one of these times.
Come on in.
You have to be more careful. You almost blew your cover.
What do you mean?
My friends?
everyone does, dude.
They said we're
Destiny,
acting
he's just so
strange
awesome.
yesterday.
Destiny's just so likable. So
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'll be more careful next time.
Are you all right though?
Yeah, he had to go to Miami with his dad on vacation.
If you say so.
hey, I wouldn't complain.
Wouldn't I be?
Well, and I couldn't really blame him. I was
Yeah.
like,
I know you kept your
oh,
secret
man.
for so long.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it
I
sucked
don't
that,
want
you
you to
know,
feel like-
I ended up not having any guests on my show
Mhm.
showing the film,
Like,
but
you can't talk to me.
he deserved vacation after all
I
Oh,
know
100%.
things have
gone
been
through.
different since
Oh,
Mom
yeah.
died,
So-
but
Sweetie.
I didn't bust his chops too bad.
I know this time of year is hard for you, and I just want you to know that you can talk to me. That's all.
I know, hon. I just don't want to bring you into this. Your grandmother did that to me for 17 years. It really affected her.
So how long
Yeah.
total did it take you to
You're
shoot this
basically
entire
like my
film?
best friend.
We
think
started
talking
filming
about it
in
every now and then is gonna
September.
hurt anything.
We started filming September
Besides, unlike
19th
Grandma,
of
you actually
2020,
accept that he is
and we
dead and
wrapped
gone.
in July. So we filmed in 3 different periods. We filmed from September through
Hey,
the.
Dad.
We pretty much filmed every weekend
I go
from
to the campus
September
Halloween party
19th
tomorrow night
of
with Austin
20
and Vanessa?
Of
through
course you can.
the
Why
first
not?
weekend of November. Then we took a winter hiatus.
if you
Then we
wanted to
came
do
back in
anything.
April and we filmed for 2 straight weeks.
Your
Then we
old
went
man's
on
gonna sit
another
at
quick
home and
break, and then we
ask us
came
to
back
clean
for about a week and a half in
to the
July
problems.
and filmed the remainder.
I know you're gonna
So
be
it took
upset.
us probably about, give or take,
I'm
12
home
weeks
for
total
breakfast.
to shoot the whole
Pumpkin
thing.
pancake.
So
That's impressive.
Pancakes.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much about what it takes to film an actual, like, you know, like the studios. It takes about 2 months or like
I
just
always
over
have.
2 months
Love you.
to
Huh.
shoot. So ours just was a bit more spread out than theirs because they have like a straight schedule because that's their full-time job. So
Right. It's a little more difficult to do stuff like this when you have to go to work and you know,
right. Like, I mean, I'm not kidding. There were days, like, because, like, we all work full time, right? There were days that I would, like, I work from, like, you know, 8 to 5, and then, like, I would literally
guys
get
ready
off
to
at
order?
5, and I would just go right to set, and we'd be filming until, like, 3 in the morning.
get
Then
the
I'd
guys
go
ready.
home, get a few hours of sleep, and
Where
get
is
up and
he?
do it again. So,
Oh,
you know, people
so
don't
you're
realize
this.
how much
Gotta put
time
that
goes
back.
into doing stuff like that, and
Sorry,
that
can we just
us
order?
independent creators have full-time jobs
Here they
and do
come.
this completely on the side, but yet we're still able to create stuff that we want fans to be able to see. So, you know,
She's taking
Right.
forever to get ready.
and a good portion of it too is filmed on the weekends also. So, like, we spend the weekends just
Sorry,
working
guys.
on this. So
What are you guys getting?
We have not ordered yet. We were just kind of waiting.
I will
for
say,
you.
shout out to Mad Hatchet Brewery. This is the brewery that we filmed it at. It was the bar. They're great people. So, shout out to them.
Nice.
That looks like shit. That looks like shit.
And
What all looks like shit?
chicken strips. That sounds good. A lot of protein for
Yeah, I'll take the
tomorrow,
check.
you know?
So, members of our audience, if you have any questions
So how'd your
for
talk with
Braden
Dad go?
or myself, feel free to ask those questions,
fine.
and we'll put them up and
You were right. There was
We'll discuss
something
'em.
definitely off with him.
What was it?
He was just up late grading papers. He was just tired, that's all.
I don't know. It seemed like a lot more than that. I mean, I've known you guys for what, 12 years? I've never seen him so unsettled as I did today.
Yeah, Lauren, it really wasn't like your dad.
Well, I don't know then. All I know is what he tells me.
Look, the man's just probably busy grading. You know, honestly, it's Not really any of our business.
What time did you shoot at the bar? Usually after like 2 a.m. No, so we actually filmed this on a Thursday night at like 7 o'clock. So like
are we still
that's
on
what
for
time
Matt's party
we
tomorrow night?
started. Like, or it was like a 7 call time, and like we started filming at 8 and we wrapped around like 10 or 11. So
Lauren, you're coming with us, right? Okay, cool. So I don't have to babysit anymore, and then Austin.
But it wasn't too
Party at
packed,
You can see the
so.
comments.
And then we're gonna head over to Becca's.
Yeah,
Sound
that
good?
works for me.
Sorry, what was that, Braden?
Jake would also still
I
get
said it
some.
wasn't too packed. Like there were some people like in the distance that was like asking what we were doing and everything.
We should
Um,
it on,
But yeah, like it wasn't like too crowded. So, which I honestly we got lucky with. Like normally Mad Hatchet's pretty crowded on like a Thursday, but luckily that night it wasn't. So.
It's gonna be fun.
So you like filming in a location like that? You guys get a lot of grief from the other patrons saying, "I don't want to be on film," or
Oh no,
you-
no. I mean, everyone. I mean, most people were just like asking what we were doing, and like, cause like we actually had like big lighting setups and stuff like that, and they were like, you know, what are you guys doing? And would just get involved with it. Really, like they were just curious. So,
nice.
yeah, it's also good promotion because you know, like naturally they're asking questions. So.
That's awesome. I know some people freak out like, I don't want to be on film. Don't you? I'll sue you. Blah blah blah. And it's like,
I want to. It's
relax.
Just what?
See, I used to be a news videographer, so
Okay.
I dealt with that a
I don't know,
lot,
Chad.
Yeah. Okay.
and so I'd have to chill the tough guys out. They'd be like, "Oh, I don't want to be on film." Don't worry, dude. I've got no intentions of recording you. There's nothing interesting about you that would
Yeah.
make me want to record you. So you're safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. There are some people that are like that, but even like when we were filming, like later on in the movie, like when the cops are sitting downtown, like having like coffee, like you see people like walking by. I mean, like there was a restaurant across the street, and somebody actually walked over and like they saw us setting up everything, and they were just asking like what we were doing. And
Chad,
and
what are you
whatnot,
doing?
So. Is there a part 2 in the works? Yes, there is a part 2 in the works. We've got plans for one. We're very excited about where it's going. Yes.
Nice. I just made friends with a couple up in Canada that put out a film called Halloween Revenge.
Okay.
Smith's Grove.
Garrett Williamson and Natalia.
You've never heard of this place.
I'll just leave it at Natalia.
Used to be like a hospital or something.
And
This wasn't just any hospital.
they were watching our show Wednesday
was the
night
home of Michael
and
Myers.
they said that
Michael Myers.
they were
Michael
interested because
Myers?
they're
Yeah,
getting ready to do a Friday the 13th
That's
film
him.
and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I
My brother
believe.
used to tell
Oh,
me stories
okay.
about him when I was a kid.
And,
It scared the shit out of me.
They said something to the effect of
Never thought I would see this place up
they
close.
want to involve my wife
My
and
brother
I,
also told me that one
Oh,
in their
nice.
film,
years ago.
which I was like,
after a sighting of him in the
that's
ground
cool.
back at Rock.
That'll
Don't
be
know
a
what
lot of
we'll
fun.
do,
Yeah.
but-
No, I mean that's great.
So
Just
yeah,
like
I'm always open up to different ideas. I mean, I'm not really an actor per se. I mean,
Mhm.
yes, I'm a retired wrestler.
Sure.
So I can take a shot or two.
Yeah.
But I don't really. I don't consider myself to be an actor. I've cosplayed, which I didn't consider it cosplaying at the time, but I dress up like Jason Voorhees and do. I've done the local haunted woods walks and stuff and scared the crap out of people.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean,
Almost
hey,
got-
those are a lot of fun, man. Yeah, I worked at a haunted house, or I volunteered, I should say. There used to be a couple in my
As long as the shit's still
subdivision
doing here.
that
Probably had
did a
nothing to do with
big
it.
haunted house in their backyard. Like he constructed it from like
Insane.
drywall and plywood and all that shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they would do it for free with a food like you bring like a non-perishable food item, and they donated all that food to Haunts Against Hunger at the end of the year, and it was awesome. And I just loved volunteering there. But it was like Channel 7 News would always come down from Chicago, and WGN Chicago would always bring it because it was awesome. So, but it was a lot of fun, and that's just like what kind of got me into the whole. That furthered my development into loving horror and Halloween and everything. So
Nice.
This place is freaky as shit.
Yeah, it's definitely fun when you can when you're asked to scare the crap out of people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
What? What is it?
There was someone over there.
What?
And then you looked away.
There's no one here, Ray.
I swear he was standing right here. Can we leave now, please?
Okay, I just want to see a few more things.
Well, then you can, but can you just hand me the keys?
You really don't want to see?
No, I don't at all.
So this actress just texted me like around Thanksgiving. She had a family over, and I guess her family was watching it, and her boyfriend's mom's reaction was awesome. Like when she turns up here.
Yeah, I'm pretty real smart. Go into an abandoned building with a boy on Hallows Eve. Not a way to get killed at all. Chad? Chad, you better not be messing around.
Oh.
Yeah. Like her boyfriend's mom, like literally, like you heard her scream, and it was awesome.
See, now that if I had been watching that on a big screen, that would have been a really badass jump scare.
No, yeah, everyone that saw it in the theater, like they jumped at it. So like I was like, oh, that's awesome.
That's always a bonus when you can make people go, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yep, you're done. Goodbye. So, how much of your budget was spent on special effects?
So we had Michael Lawrence involved with special effects for a while, and literally he took care of everything. All I had to do was make sure he had a place to stay, and made sure that I bought him his alcohol when he required it. So that was it. So
be safe.
yeah, I mean, he was great. We had another guy, Zach Elston, that came aboard one weekend when Michael wasn't available. So he helped out a little bit. But yeah, it was just overall great. So great experience with those guys.
Nice.
Peter Anthony says, were you Michael in all scenes or just some? I was just Michael in some. So at Smith's Grove, that whole middle scene, that was all me. Everything there was me. And then I'll point out like when I'm Michael again next in the movie.
Just grading some papers. I'm just calling to let you know that I'm heading out, so you can lock up Loomis Hall.
Copy that. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too, Chuck. See you Monday.
I love this thing, man. It's so comfy. I can like lean back and everything. I love this thing so much.
Yeah, Sir Doom 666 is a gamer.
Oh yeah.
He spends a lot of time in front of his computer, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be playing Halo Infinite tonight when I get off of here. So I just got that for Xbox.
See, I'm not so much a gamer as I am a video production geek.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, is this streaming on Twitch right now too?
We're streaming. Yeah, we're right now. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that you can. I thought Twitch was strictly a gaming platform. I didn't know that you could do other streams on it.
Yep.
So.
I just have to be careful with the content that I show.
It's quite all right.
Because they frown
You don't
upon
have to take-
nudity,
I could be asking you
which doesn't
the
make
same
any
thing.
sense to me as far as
I actually didn't have anywhere else to be tonight.
as far
either,
as the
so I was grading papers too.
not so much the nudity but the violence. It's like
Any fun
you guys
times for
stream
us,
video
Stephen?
games that are way more violent than a lot of these films
Yeah.
that I watch. So
You know, if
Yeah,
you're
I'll have
doing
to get a
anything
Twitch then.
and
I didn't know
I'm
that.
not
Like,
doing
I'll have to do
anything,
streaming on that
maybe we
too.
could keep
So
each
I
other
had no
company
idea.
oh yeah, there's all kinds of cool platforms, I guess.
Yeah. The
And
offer's always on
on
the table.
Twitter, I think it's Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. I'm known as KBE Worldwide.
Oh, and
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's-
Tate. Happy Halloween.
I didn't know what else. I got a Step
Happy
Brothers thing
Have a safe
stuck in
weekend.
my head at that particular moment when I
the
created that account. I was
Prestige
like, well, let's do it.
Worldwide.
We'll go KBE Worldwide.
Yeah. That's awesome. You know, everyone says right here that John was absolutely crazy to say no to her. I see so many of those comments, like how he rejected her. Like he goes,
Right.
not tonight. But then he like decides to call her when he gets home.
Like, how do you say no to a hottie, man? Especially if you're single. And your dark shots they're not too dark. You know what I mean? Like Zombie's film was, all the dark shots in his film sucked because
Yeah.
you couldn't see anything. You guys had just the right amount of lighting, especially on Michael Myers. Your lighting and your shadowing on Myers was phenomenal.
I'm probably gonna make one tonight, honestly. I didn't know that you could stream other stuff on there because like my Xbox is like on my TV. I want to get like that premium gaming setup, like where I can like put it like on my monitors and like then I would stream it onto my channel too. 'Cause there are some games I would love to stream onto my YouTube channel. So
See, I don't know
It's,
anything
on
about
Belmont
streaming
Road,
games.
1621 Belmont.
I've just
in front
got
of my
into
house.
doing the Twitch and the Twitter thing
Silver vehicle?
within the last few months.
Okay, we will send an officer that way shortly.
Okay, thanks.
So fun fact, that dispatch voice, that's my sister's voice for the 911 operator. She wanted a role in the movie and I told her she could be the dispatch and she loved it. So
Nothing wrong with that.
Should I start another one for you, Officer Williams?
Steve,
Not quite
man,
yet.
that'd be awesome.
Aren't you supposed to be working tonight?
It's gonna be a long weekend. I can feel it.
Makes sense. Well, let me know if you need anything else.
That's our good friend
Will do.
Nathan Smock. Sir Doom
Oh, okay.
666.
Hey, think you can turn on the game?
He and his wife are huge supporters of Kevin B Entertainment, the main event with Kevin and Mia, this show, and pretty much anything else that we do.
Copy that, dispatch. I'm on my way. Hey, May. I gotta run. Keep the change.
Well, it's a lovely evening out, of course. Oh, been an interesting day. Oh, the offer's always on the table, John. Are you kidding me, John? Here I am, all by myself. Again, real cute.
No worries, Nate. I knew that you weren't feeling well. That's why I don't hold it against you.
Oh, don't forget the cup. Okay. All right, well, looks like you're watching a movie alone tonight, Jen. Because freaking John's always got stuff to do.
Just throwing this out here to any other independent filmmakers that might be paying any attention to this stream. If you're ever looking for somebody to do like a news segment, a news set segment, I'm more than willing to do something. I've got the ability to do it. I've got a green screen.
Could it be that pretty boy had a change of heart?
I've got a pretty simplistic but semi-complicated setup here in my studio, if that makes any sense.
Has anyone been hit in the head with the mic? No, but I did have quite a few people freaking reach down and grab it. So I actually operated the mic a little bit during production too. Like I did so many different things like on this thing. And my buddy, he like grabbed it and like screamed into it, and like I had the headset on, so it was the worst.
Oh, that right there probably would have been a kick in the dick.
Oh yeah, man. It was.
Yeah, you don't do that to your boom operators, man. That ain't right.
Yeah. Like there was like literally like one night we were filming at Mad Hatch at that bar actually, and he literally grabbed it, goes, huh? Like, and just like literally like it was such a dick. But you know.
Now I can imagine somebody doing that on the set of Peter Anthony's film, and he probably would have literally kicked them in the dick.
Oh man.
Now, I'll tell you the same thing that I've told anybody else that I've talked to while watching their films with them. I don't kiss anybody's ass because that's just not my style. But I will tell you that your cinematographer,
Dispatch.
the shots that you guys
Put in the 1062.
unreal. The way you guys shot this was unreal.
Got an
You guys
address on
did such a good job.
Well, thank you. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, we had two guys work on the cinematography. We had Donald Murphy, who did about 70% of the movie, and then Zach Dion came on and helped out with certain things in the spring. But literally about like 70% of the movie you see is all Don, and he's great. Don is actually the director of photography for My Special Boy, which is the Friday the 13th one that we have coming up next year. So yeah, you'll see like a similar cinematography style in that as well. And I've been posting some updates on that on the Bat Productions official Instagram and everything like that too. So yeah.
Haddonfield Police.
Nice. You definitely got to keep me in the loop because my Friday the 13th is my, as the kids nowadays I guess say, that's my jam. I love Friday the 13th, so I'm a huge fan. And yeah, kiss my ass, Peter.
I was gonna say, I haven't. No, I haven't. But you know, until he said something. So
right now that he said something. I used to get the Stone Cold Steve Austin thing, but now I guess because I'm old.
You know, I was gonna say after you just said you were a wrestler, I immediately got Steve Austin vibes. So you know.
Well, and that's who I used to impersonate when I was a wrestler. I used to impersonate him. That's a whole other story that is not related to this film, but that's who I used to impersonate. I've been mistaken for him on a few different occasions going to Monday Night Raw. Let me tell you that.
Oh my gosh. That's got to be fun though.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's got to be fun.
I've been told I look like Shrek too.
Shrek?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, Jen. Listen, it's John. If you still don't have any plans tonight, I think it'd be great to hang out tonight. Call me if you get the chance.
Yo, it's a little too late for that, buddy boy, now, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah. She's done.
Deputy Hudson,
Yes, sir.
see what you can find out about a John Tate. He called the victim's cell phone not too long ago.
On it. I think I know that guy.
Williams. Hey, Sheriff.
Peter, dude, you're not fat. You're stocky, all right? Like, let's get that right.
That's what could have happened.
Right?
I got nothing at the moment. Just responding to a suspicious vehicle. I got some guys outside talking with some neighbors trying to get a lead on the story.
Peter Anthony's a beefy dude, man. He's not. Fat is the last word I would think of when thinking of Peter Anthony.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I was just saying, like, he's stocky and he's like, beefy's probably a good word to describe that too. Like, you know, but fat is definitely not the first word I would go to.
No. All these kills and it's not even Halloween yet. Well, now it is.
Yeah.
Now shit's gonna get real.
Oh, yeah, Sheriff Baker. Man, I loved working. I loved Dwayne so much, man. He was so awesome to work with.
Happy Halloween, girl.
But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like him more than the sheriff in Halloween and Halloween Kills also. So
She's dead.
What? How?
I don't know. It says she was
See,
stabbed to death.
I only
Oh my god.
when I
You know
watch
who
a
did it?
horror movie,
It
like
says
if I
the
like the
police
horror
are
movie,
suspect
I'll
in custody
usually
right
watch
now.
it multiple times.
Mhm.
Halloween, like the newest Halloween, I only watched that
go
one
see my dad.
maybe
Okay.
twice
You want me to drive
tops.
you? Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again to get the reference that you guys are talking about.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's
Like I
also
said, I
talking
haven't
about the
seen-
sheriff. He's talking mostly about the sheriff in Halloween Kills and Halloween 2018. So it's just Sheriff Barker. He's pretty useless. So.
Oh.
Damn trick-or-treaters already.
So I will say some people didn't necessarily like the blurry decision, like right here. But the reason that this shot right here is kind of blurry and leading into focus is because this is John Tate's perspective, and he just woke up. So he's like kind of like wonky, and you know, like he's like catching. Okay, so that's why we decided to keep that.
Something wrong?
See, and
Nothing to worry about, Mr.
I didn't
Tate.
see anything wrong with that. I
We're
thought
just
that
gonna
was a
go
good
ask you a
that was
couple
a
questions.
meaningful
Well,
effect.
Are you familiar with a Jen Harrison by chance?
Yeah, she's a friend and a colleague of mine. Why?
Well, Mr. Tate, her body was found inside her home last night, completely cut up. You wouldn't have to know anything about that, would you?
What? No, I mean, just learned about it this second. Do you guys know who?
We don't have any leads at the moment. This is what we're trying to figure out. Now, we saw on her phone that you were the last person that she called around 10 p.m. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Wait, you guys don't think I'm responsible for this, do you?
No, we're not saying or assuming that at all. All we're saying is that it seems like you were the last person that she spoke with.
You guys want to come inside and talk about it?
We can't stay. We got another call on the other side of town. Damn Halloween. It's the busiest day of the year for us. If you think of anything, you know, Don't hesitate to give us a call, Mr. Tate.
Yes, Officer, what was your name?
Williams.
Yes, Officer Williams. You can bet I will.
Well, you have a good day, Mr. Tate. I'm sure we'll be seeing you a little bit later.
What are the cops doing at your house?
I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. Stay here. I'll be back in 20.
Okay.
See, I'm a videographer, so I pay closer attention to the camera angles and how the cameras move and whatnot. So to see all the transitions that your guys is, I can't explain enough how much I appreciate how all the scenes are shot.
Yeah, no, I mean, the movie came out is like it blew my expectations away when I saw like how it was coming out and everything. So,
Lauren, I need you to listen to me carefully.
this is my favorite dialogue scene in the whole movie.
I think he's responsible for Jen's death.
Dad, why are you doing this to yourself? I thought you were past all this. Michael Myers, the boogeyman, everything. Every year around this time, you start acting a little skeptical, but nothing has been as bad as this year. And for what? You even say so yourself, he's dead.
What if he's not? What if he's still alive? If that was him in Summer Glen? Lauren, he killed 2 of my friends when he went after your grandmother. 2! It's my job to keep you safe. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you or anyone else in this town if I can stop it. When your grandmother—
You are not her, Dad. Stop comparing yourself to her. Like I said yesterday, I know this time of year is hard for you, and I want to be here for you to talk about it. And I know you don't want to put it on me, but it's always been on me. Ever since I was born. And now you're going against what you believe in. Because of one murder? You know what? I can't stand it. He's dead. Michael Myers is dead.
Now you sound just like me when I was your age. And I was wrong once. But this time, I have to be sure.
Here you go.
Thanks. It's gonna be a long day.
Yeah, that's why I got an extra shot in mine.
You know, I don't understand. Well, this is a small town. Ain't nothing happened like this in 42 years. And some don't add up.
Yeah, I know, you're right. And that's the whole thing. Because the town is so small.
I gotta take this. This Officer Williams. What can I do for you, Mr. Tate?
I'm leaving.
Be safe, please.
I always am.
And I still can't get over the audio quality and how awesome the mixing is for.
You okay?
You don't expect that kind of
Okay.
quality out of a
Why?
fan film typically.
You just seem really
Right. No, I mean,
quiet.
like as
You know what I
as
mean,
you know,
like,
fan films are on an uprise right now. So you know, it's like people are
going on?
recognizing that you can make a high quality
My
one. You
dad.
know,
What
and
about him?
it's amazing. I'm really
He thinks
enjoying
Harrison's
all of the
murder
ones
has
that we're
something to
getting.
do
So
You know. Michael Myers? Are you serious? Yeah. We actually got into a bit of an argument about it. But I thought everyone thinks he's dead, including your dad. That's because he is, right?
Like I said, I'm getting more and more impressed with
I
the
don't
fan
know.
films more than I
I
am
don't
the
know what to
Hollywood
believe
films
anymore.
because the fans seem to
But I'm not gonna
be
worry about it. Let's
more
just have fun today.
dynamic to the films that they're doing than even Hollywood is. The creativity is there more than it is in Hollywood.
Hi, Mr. Tate.
Hey, Mr. Williams, come on in. Can I get you guys anything? Coffee? Water?
So if anybody new is joining us, this is obviously Friday Night Frights with Kevin B. We're watching the Haddonfield Nightmare, and I have
Mr. Tate, how may I help you?
Braden Timmons, the director
As I said
of
on the
said
phone,
film,
I believe I have an idea.
watching along with us.
Responsible for last night's murder.
If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. He can
Go on.
see.
I
So
can't
far,
believe
he's
I'm
been able to
saying
see
this,
everybody's comments. I also put them up
I
on the
believe
screen so that we can all
It
see
was
them.
Michael Myers.
Mr. Tate, I'm a little confused. What makes you think this had anything to do with Michael Myers? He died back in '78.
Look, officers, I know how this sounds, but I believe he is here, and we need to be ready for him if he is.
Look, Mr. Tate, I want to believe you. I do. I had suspicions last night as well. My father
It was
there
weird
that
watching
night
this
back
because
in
like I haven't
1978.
watched it
That's the
since
night
it
that
came
I
out,
remember.
so it's like I've been seeing people
Came
commenting
home
on it, but
horrified by what he had saw. Lots of innocent people lost their lives to him that night.
Well, good.
My
It
father
brings
was out on the
it
streets
back
all
to
night
you.
hunting him with
Yeah,
other
it does.
officers until they got that call to Haddonfield Memorial.
Where they never found his body.
Okay, so they didn't find a body. That fire was raging hot. It burnt everything to ashes. So what makes you think this has anything to do with him?
Because I'm Laurie Strode's son. I'm his nephew.
Wait, Laurie Strode. The Laurie Strode? How? She died in a car accident years ago.
No, Sheriff. That's what she wanted everyone to believe, because she wanted to run as far away from this town as she could. So she faked her death and changed her name. When she had me, she kept the name Tate in order to protect us. Michael Myers didn't die in '78, because 22 years ago tonight, he found her. Or someone found her.
Someone?
It was never confirmed to be Myers, but someone came after her and then came after me too. I'm afraid that Myers got away and now has come home. And if he has, we have to hunt him down.
Look, there's not enough evidence. We have one body. And Mr. Tate, even if you are Laurie Strode's son, a murder occurs and the first thing you want to do is blame a dead man doesn't add up.
What about the two bodies at Smith's Grove?
Hey, how do you know about that?
I read the news.
Look, Sheriff, if what he's saying is true, we have to start taking precautions.
It seems to me like you're just playing scared, Sheriff. And you have the right to be. But if he has returned, and if we don't do something soon, the people in this town are going to be in real danger. That's on you.
He's right, Sheriff.
Look, Mr. Tate, out of everything you said within the past 5 minutes, there's one thing we can agree upon. We do need to be ready. So if you have concrete evidence, I'm all ears. But until you do, don't waste any more of my fucking time on this.
God damn it, we gotta go.
so that's actually the Mad Hatchet bar owner. She's one of the bar owners of Mad Hatchet.
Oh wow! I thought that was a guy. Of course, with all the blood, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
First time I laid eyes on that cop, I thought it was Dean Ambrose.
Really?
Or John Moxley now, I guess.
Hey, Williams.
How long
Look,
have these
yeah.
people been acting?
Here, take a look at that.
Huh?
Have the
How
forensics
long
team
have these
examine it.
people been acting? Do you
Got
know?
confirmation from the principal.
Each of them come from different years of experience, but you know, all of them had a really unique story. But all of them have done some sort of acting in the
What do you
past.
think we ought to do?
Well,
As much as I think we should cancel Halloween,
it's
can't
just
have people
I
in town
can't.
freaking out either.
I'm having a hard time putting into words
Sheriff,
that,
we only have one order.
because this isn't just
That's
somebody
to
you
hunt
pull
this
off
thing
the
down.
street.
No,
none
no,
of the actors I've
There's a
seen.
reason we're supposed to be afraid.
Yeah,
of
we
this
picked and chose each of them. They each submitted, and they went through the audition process, and they all got the parts because of the talent that we saw in them. So yeah,
Unbelievable. I mean, these are characters that I'm believing in, and that's hard for me to do.
It's the last house, girls, okay?
Whatever.
Hi, you guys look awesome.
Thank you.
Love these costumes. Happy Halloween.
Only one piece of candy.
Zoe, shut up. You're being so rude.
Jeez.
Guys, quit fighting. Yeah, just ignore them.
I am happy to give you another piece. Would that make you happy? Okay.
Even the
There you
kids,
go.
man.
I
Even the
want you
kids.
tight.
What do you
Have a
say?
good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. See ya.
You should have locked the door.
I know her boyfriend corrects her in a few seconds, right?
Whoa, babe, it's just me. That is a big knife. Ooh, knife.
What the hell? Why would you do that?
Did I scare you? Sorry.
Yes, you scared me.
Nice.
How'd you get in?
You left the front door unlocked. Again. Don't you know you shouldn't do that?
Why are you just like Michael Myers?
Babe, I've been waiting to wear this all year.
Okay. Do you think it's really appropriate?
What do you mean?
The Myers stuff?
Yeah. This is like Myers country. It's super appropriate. It's really good.
Okay.
Can I have a kiss?
Not until you take off that costume. Seriously, what a waste of it. And please shut the front door when you come in. Come on.
So I guess I gotta
I thought I
ask,
did.
who's responsible for the Myers masks?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Who did you go through to get your Myers masks?
So that one is H6, just Trick or Treat Studios mask. But the one that we used for the movie is actually Father Phantom Studio. They're a UK-based company, and they make like screen accurate masks and everything. Like it's quite awesome. So I reached out to them back when I saw somebody in one of the Halloween groups post like a H2O mask that they had. I asked where they got it, and then I reached out to them and told them the idea, told them that they can have complete creative control over the mask. I just pitched them the idea that I wanted, and they loved it and wanted to be involved with it. And normally their orders took about 8 months to get, and they pretty much express ordered ours. So because they knew we had our movie coming up. But yeah, like they're awesome people, and they're actually going to be responsible for the next movie's mask also. So I've already talked to them.
Jacob?
Well, he was the weakest link. Goodbye.
What are you doing? Jacob?
Again, my favorite Michael Myers mask that I've seen out of all of the films, I have to say, so far, my favorite is the zombie version of it.
Okay.
Just because it looked more
funny,
menacing.
seriously.
It actually looked like the facial expressions changed from scene to scene
Yeah.
with that film. It just, I don't know why, it just there's something about that mask to me that's more intimidating than definitely the original. But I don't think Carpenter intended for it to be menacing. I think it just made his
It was
goal
just the
to
blank
make
face. It was the expressionless face. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Even this mask here has got an expression of "I'm going to kill you," and that's all there is to it. Now, maybe I missed it, but didn't he just stab her?
Yeah, he did.
How the hell did she run from that? That was quite the stab.
Yeah, I know that's a great question. You know, like that was a lack of, you know, like because like she got stabbed like right here, so it's like you know, like it does look like that he really just fucking like, you know, got her.
Yeah,
but
gave it to her
he
good.
got her like right here, so
okay.
That's like he didn't get her in like a spinal area, and now she's fucked. So.
Just for good measure, bitch, you're dead.
Didn't we tell these assholes 8 o'clock?
Maybe Becca's still getting ready. Why don't you go and check instead of honking 1,000 times?
No, I will say that the mask on this Myers here, that looked really good. Of course, that also has to not just to do with the mask, but the lighting too.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Man, but I forgot how nice this place really was. Shit, must be nice. Don't mind if I do. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
See, this character was kind of a jackass, so I was kind of looking forward to him getting.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I know. There was a couple people that thought his schedule though was a little wonky, so we had you know, do what we could with him.
Gee, bitch. Becca.
And just an
I
FYI,
told her
this
all that
is
going,
at
man.
like I
shit
think
all at once.
5:03 a.m. is when we're filming this right now. So.
Oh wow.
What the hell is taking him so long now? Do you think something's wrong? I don't know. Wanna go check with me?
Yeah, let's go.
And of course, the typical, no, don't go in the house.
Yeah.
Dummies are going to go in the house.
Hold on, it's my dad. Hey, Dad.
Lauren, where are you?
I'm with Vanessa at Becca's. What's going on? Everything okay?
Baby, he's here. Michael's here in Haddonfield.
What?
Are your friends safe?
I'm just with Vanessa. Everyone else is inside. They're taking too long to come out. We were just about to go in and look.
No, do not go in that house. I'll be there in 5 minutes.
For once, listen to your father.
Dad? Dad?
Everything okay?
My dad said Michael Myers is here.
What?
He said not to go inside. He said to wait.
No. Come on, we have to make sure they're okay. Come on.
Okay, let's go.
Now you're going to die.
Dispatch, this is Baker checking in. Everything seems to be quiet on this side of town. I'll check back in another hour. It is way too quiet of a night for a psycho to be loose in Haddonfield.
I'm saying. It's like nothing else is going on after last night and this afternoon.
How in the hell is Myers still alive? It's been over 40 years.
We haven't seen from him, heard from him, and now all of a sudden he just...
Go ahead for Williams.
Williams, it's John. I know where he might be. Meet me at my house in 10 minutes.
Here we go.
Becca?
Now here's just probably a stupid question, but when you guys do the cop car scene stuff, do you guys have to get permission from like the local police?
No.
To do that
I
kind
mean,
of stuff?
No. If anybody stops us and asks, it's just that, you know, we're shooting, they don't care. Like, you know, it's not like we need permission or anything.
I only ask because I know that here in the state of Maine, you try pulling anything with blue lights or even red lights, they'll nab you.
Oh yeah, no.
Michael!
Thought he had him. Thought he had him.
But not so much.
Lauren, what are we gonna do? We're gonna go inside and we're gonna call the cops.
What's wrong?
We need help.
Look, it's gonna be all right.
He
What's going
killed
on?
our friends. They're all dead. My dad, we have to get my dad.
Who's your dad, hon?
His name is John. He was gonna meet us at my friend's house. That's where he said he was going.
No. I'm a friend of your dad. He said he was gonna meet us here. That's why we're here.
He said to meet us at our friend's house, but we had to leave because Michael was there.
Let's go.
So for anybody that's just joining us, we're watching the Haddonfield Nightmare, and we've got guest Braden Timmons, the director of said film,
How's it
joining
going,
us.
everyone?
And we're talking about the film as it rolls. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask.
It's been some time, Michael. You remember me?
Oh, found him now.
What about her? Come on, you son of a bitch. Fuck!
Bitch slap.
Oh, yeah. I don't think John was ready for that. Like... The head tilt. Yeah.
Absolutely.
After all this time, you're still alive. That ends tonight.
So this whole scene probably took about 4.5 hours to shoot.
Wow.
And it's like maybe about 1.5 minutes on film. Like I always find that absolutely insane. And this night, so we filmed this in April, and it was freezing cold. It was so cold that night. I had like a dual layer on.
So were you Michael Myers in that scene?
I was not. No, that was Connor Whitman. He played the shape in most.
Stay here. Watch the girls. I got it.
Sheriff, are you sure you don't?
I got it. I need you to stay outside in case something goes sideways.
two okay?
Why would he do this?
Look, you guys are gonna be all right. But Lauren, is it? Lauren, is there any way you can try calling your dad for me? He's more likely to answer you.
Hello?
John? John, where are you?
Williams? What are you doing with
Your daughter and her friend are safe. They're with Baker and I. Where are you? Hello?
I had to get him out of town.
Hello? John? Shit!
Kev, just so you know, I can stick around for about 5 minutes after the movie ends, all right?
Okay.
It is not a pretty sight in there. We need backup right away. Where's John?
He's not in town.
What?
We just called him. And he said I had to get him out of town. And hung up.
Oh my god. I know where he's going.
Finale, baby. Let's get it.
Good old tire iron. Well, crowbar.
That's one of my favorite shots of the movie is of him walking up to the prison.
Was that a drone or was that?
It was a drone, yeah.
Whoever
we got
took
that in
shot,
I think 7 takes. I think it took us 7 takes to get that shot.
That was a damn good shot. I like that.
Lauren! Lauren, stop! Yo, stay with her!
Lauren, where are you going?
So I'm playing Michael right here, and fun fact, I actually kicked him in the face right here. So I actually kicked him on accident in the face. So that was a real kick, and the sound effect just like was the icing on the
We
cake.
can't just leave them. What are we supposed to do? Just sit here?
Oops, my bad.
Yeah,
Our
right.
friends are in there. You can sit here if you want, but I'm going in.
Okay, wait. Let's go get this motherfucker.
Dad? Dad?
Look at that, it says hype.
Dad?
Now, is this you too?
This is me, yeah.
I didn't see what she hit you with.
It was with like a big metal rod.
Oh.
It was like a tube. It was a big metal tube. So it was cool because in the movie theater when we had the premiere, like after he grabbed the sheriff's knuckles and he like started like cracking it, you could hear the audience just like, you know, being like, ooh, and everything. It was really cool.
I will definitely have to say that out of all the fan films of whatever franchises I've watched, this is definitely in my top 10 favorites.
Get up, man.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
And for so many different reasons, not just because of what it is about, just everything, how it was shot, the acting, everything, just spot on.
Michael's here. I had him. He got away.
Are you armed?
Let's kill this motherfucker.
Now, where did you say you guys filmed this stuff?
This is at Joliet Prison.
Now, is that a condemned prison now? Is that a closed prison?
Yeah, it's closed down and abandoned, so.
I would imagine you had to get permission to go on the premises.
We did, yeah. And somebody had to be in there because, like, the city of Joliet owns it. And somebody had to be on site with us.
Lauren, do as I say, please.
Yeah.
Get away from him!
Like, they didn't disturb us or anything like that, though. Like, they, like, let us do what we needed to, like, whatever we needed to do. Like, they were very accommodating, so.
Nice.
Doesn't have a pulse.
You never get close to Michael Myers.
This is where you die. You still alive?
I gotta ask you the same thing. Get the fuck out of here.
I saw that finger twitch.
Yes, sir. And you hear the breathing, right?
Yep.
So.
Absolutely. All right, so now that the credits are rolling, I want to thank you so much, Braden, for first of all coming on to the show and watching it. I'm sure you're going to be doing 1,000 other viewers.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on the show, man. I had a lot of fun being here and watching it along with you guys, and it's just fun to do this, so thank you.
So yeah, you're definitely going to have to keep me in the loop with anything that you do from here on out, film-wise, because I'll promote the hell out of it as much as I can. I'm not I don't claim to be world famous or anything like that, but my viewers absolutely love watching these films, and when we get a chance to do so with somebody from the film, it makes it even better.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm a die-hard Friday the 13th fan, so you definitely sparked my interest by saying that you're working on a Friday the 13th film and a part 2 to this. I'm really excited to see what you guys do from here on out.
Yeah, no, I mean, so am I. You know, it's always, I'm excited to see what, you know, these next few projects like are gonna consist of, and you know, it's just like I love doing this. So, you know, like this was my first feature, and my whole life I wanted to make a movie, and to see that it came out like this, and that people are really enjoying it, and the feedback has been so good. I mean, man, dude, there were quite a few times during the production that it was like, you know, it goes through your head. You're like, is this even worth doing? You know,
right.
Like, it's like, is this worth all of your time? Is it worth all, like, you know, is it worth finishing? And, you know, like, we were so far into the production that it's just like, you know, you can't stop. And then there were like comments that I would see like on stuff that like we would be posting, and like people were getting excited, and it was really the people that were supporting the project is what, like, that was the reason I finished it. You know, it was like I would see stuff, and I would see people getting excited, and I would see people wanting to see the movie, and that motivated me to, like, you know, power through the long nights, to power through, like, you know, even when times get hard, like, you know, we're gonna fucking finish this thing no matter what. So I'm so satisfied with the outcome of it, and, you know, I can watch it from beginning to end and have a freaking great time with it, and it seems like a lot of people can too. So, you know, that's very appreciative of all the support. Thank you guys all for supporting the project. It really does mean a lot to not only myself, but the cast, the crew, everybody who worked on this film. Literally, I'm sure that they all appreciate the support. So,
well, I will say this, you know, I'm not as hardcore fan of Halloween, the Halloween franchise, as I am the Friday the 13th. I still appreciate the Halloween franchise nonetheless. And you guys, as far as I'm concerned, you guys knocked it out of the park. And I can't wait to see the next one, which that's a hard thing for me to say. I haven't seen that many fan films where I'm left saying, I want to see more.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys all did an excellent job. And I've got nothing but good things to say about the film. I mean, you guys busted your asses, and it shows with everything from the audio to all of your camera angles, your actors and actresses. Y'all were spot on, and I can't wait to see what else you guys come out with.
Thanks, man. I mean, that really does mean something. And it's like, see, like, stuff like that, and, like, you know, people like yourself, and, you know, people that enjoy the movie and, like, you know, want to see more, that really pushes, you know, the team and I to, you know, get our asses in our creative, like, realms, and, you know, be like, okay, what could we do, you know, next to satisfy these people even more? Like, they like this, but how are we going to go about continuing this story and making sure that, you know, whatever it is we're trying to tell, you know, makes sense to be a continuation, right? Because it's like, now the story is established, right? So it's like, this next one, you know, I will say, you know, like the next one, like, you're going to see Officer Williams return. He's going to be a very big part. You know, we've got John Tate coming back. We've got Lauren Tate coming back. They're pretty much going to be the ones that, you know, we follow. And it's like, we're excited to see, like, what we're going to do with their characters in the next one as well. So, but before we can get there, like, we have a short film coming out this year. So Bat Productions, my company, has 2 movies that we're doing next year. And we just signed on to produce a House of Wax fan film. I don't know if you're familiar with the movie House of Wax.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've actually watched it. Was maybe I'm getting confused, but was that a Vincent Price film?
I don't think it was Vincent Price. I don't know. I honestly have to revisit House of Wax myself. I'm not writing that one though. So like somebody else is writing it. Bat Productions, my company, is just involved as a producing company, a part of it. So I'm just serving as one of the producers. And then we're filming an original short horror film called Sally. It's like we're dipping our feet into the paranormal realm, which I think people are going to like. The movie's only going to be about 20 minutes, but it's 20 minutes of it's going to be pretty like tensious. Like it's going to be tension, and like there's going to be a lot of creepy elements to it that I think people are really going to enjoy if they like paranormal type movies. And then of course, like we're working on the untitled Haddonfield Nightmare sequel. We're working on that, like kind of behind the scenes, kind of getting what we what we want to see in it and everything done. And yeah, like so meetings are pretty hectic right now, but they're a lot of fun to have. So
well, like I said, I'm looking forward to see what else you come up with. I don't care what the project is. Keep me in the loop, man, because I want to follow along and see from beginning to end how you guys pull it off.
Yeah.
If there's ever anything that I can do, you know, not looking to steal anybody's spotlight or anything like that, but if you think that there's something that I might be useful for, feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to do anything I can to help.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. That definitely means a lot. And like you could follow all the projects. I try and post as many updates on social media pages as I can, whether it's my personal or you could follow Bat Productions on Instagram. It's Bat Productions Official. You can stay in the loop. And I actually did just post a first look of Jason in My Special Boy on the Bat Productions Instagram and even on my Facebook. You should be able to scroll down not too far and be able to see that. But it's of Jason like kneeling, looking at his mother's head in his shack in the movie.
I will definitely have to check that out. I haven't.
I could send you the image. My phone's charging right now, but I could send you the image just through Messenger. It's out there, so it's not like, you know, spoiling anything, or I'm not releasing anything I shouldn't.
Right.
But yeah, like I can definitely send it to you just so you can get like a look at it, and you know,
sweet.
Absolutely,
but yeah. Dude. All right. Well, I won't keep you any longer, Braden. I thank you so much for joining us. It's been a blast. It's been awesome talking to you. I'm so glad that I was able to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, I had a blast. Thank you for bringing me on the show.
Anytime.
I'm happy to come back anytime, man. Thank you.
Well, I don't care if you just want to come on and shoot the shit, even during the main event with Kevin and Mia. Just say the word, man. We'll bring you in. We haven't interviewed anybody so far this season. We're on season 3 of the main event with Kevin and Mia.
Okay.
And we just accomplished episode number 90 this past Wednesday.
That's a big accomplishment, man. Congratulations. 10 more to 100, man. Congrats.
Thank you. We're trying to build up more of a viewing audience while we're live.
Yeah.
And where we've been doing this now for 3 seasons, Mia and I have already said to our audience, if we can't, and we're trying different avenues, you know, we're trying to advertise more on the social media and whatnot. As much as I hate to give Zuckerberg any of my money, we're starting to put forth some money in there to see if maybe it boosts us a little bit.
Yeah.
But if we can't improve on the amount of live viewers we get by episode 100, we're probably going to call it quits on the main event.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't want to, because the main event is our flagship show.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to come up with other content too.
Yeah, I mean, like again, like, you know, so you just got to kind of keep at it, you know, like you've got 10 episodes, right? Like you guys are setting a goal and you guys are trying different things, and you know, just try as much as you can, and you know, maybe you get to episode 100 and you're like, maybe we should try like, you know, 110 or something like that. And you know, because sometimes it's like, you know, there was a reference. So I played football in college, and my coach gave me I was a receiver, and I was in a receiver meeting one time, and he brought up this reference. It's you're digging for diamonds, right? and it's like there's this great like it's not really a meme, but it's like a painting or like an art form or something. If you look up the digging for diamonds thing, you'll find it. But it's like a guy, he's digging, and then literally he turns around and quits. And that next dig, the diamonds were literally right there.
Yep.
So, it's like, it's crazy that, it's like you can quit, but it's like you could be like right there. And that next episode is like your big episode where it's like, boom, 10,000 people see it. And fuck, there you go. Now you've got a giant audience, like,
yep.
So it's like, believe me, man, like even like as a YouTube content creator, it's like there are sometimes I've really wanted to quit. Like, I'm like, this isn't worth it. This isn't worth my time, yada, yada, yada. But I mean, it's like every single day, it's like, I every video I do, whether it gets like 10 views or fucking like, some like, I mean, Haddonfield Nightmare is about to be at 180,000 views. I'm like sitting here and I'm like, that no matter what, I enjoy what I do. And if you and your wife enjoy what you guys do, you guys should just keep at it. Like, but it's good that you guys are at least setting goals, right? You guys are trying different things. I respect that 150% no matter what. So, and if there's anything you feel I can do to help out, then please reach out. And like, I'd be happy to promote the show on social media and everything. So,
hey man, we'll take any kind of promotion we can get. I mean, we do have, for the main event, we do have sponsors that, we do a monthly giveaway.
Okay.
One of these Wednesday nights, if you've got nothing to do, you should check us out. We go 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday night.
Okay. Yeah, shoot me a link to the show. I'd be happy to take a look at it. So
absolutely,
I'll do what I can to help out. So
we'll take all the help we can get. We've got our local friends and family, that will share the Kevin B Entertainment and the main event and whatnot. But I mean, if we can get out there with other people, I keep telling the wife, well, maybe one of these days, Friday Night Frights will surpass the main event, because I think we're kind of getting burned out on the main event because we've put so much work into it and we're getting so little back.
Yeah,
as far as viewers is concerned, that we're trying to figure out what it is that we got to do to make it so that people will want to watch. And my in-laws used to say, oh, well, we're watching Survivor or we're watching Big Brother. I'm like, we're family. You should be loyal to your family, not CBS.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, man, my parents are the same way. Like, but my parents, like, they're not giant horror fanatics. And that's what, like, my channel covers, right? Like, so it's like, they'll be watching, like, other TV but I understand. But yeah, that is funny. But, yeah, man, again, whatever I can do to help, seriously, I'd be, happy to help, but I do got to get running here. So thank you so much again for having me on the show tonight. I'm going to send you that. I'm literally going to go grab my phone and I'll send you the image of Jason.
Sweet.
So you could take a look at that. But everyone that was in the chat, great talking to you guys. Thank you so much for all the feedback that you guys gave. And Kevin, man, seriously, keep it up. Keep it up with your shows. So, I had a lot of fun here. And you definitely deserve more support too. So,
well, I greatly appreciate that, Braden, and I won't keep you any longer. Again, thank you so much for joining us. And, we're gonna figure out some excuse to get you back on either on this show or get you on the main event with Kevin and Mia. You're a hell of a guy. You've been so much fun to talk to, and
likewise,
I look forward to the next time we get to talk.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a great weekend. All right.
Thanks. You too. Take care of yourself and stay safe out there, bud.
Yeah, you too. All right, guys.
All right,
see ya.
See ya. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Haddonfield Nightmare. And our guest, Braden Timmons, the director of the film, joined us. And what a guy, man. What a guy. I look forward to communicating with him more because he's got a clue, man. He's a hell of a guy. He's just, I can't say enough nice things about him, and I just met him today. So, all right. Well, I'm way over my normal time, so I want to thank everybody that stuck around. I hope you guys enjoyed the film. I know I had a great time. I loved watching the movie. I loved talking with Braden and loved talking with you guys. Nicole, I know that you're a first-time viewer of this show. So again, I want to thank you also for joining us. And hopefully you'll join us here next week. As it stands right now, I cannot announce what the movie is for next week because I'm still waiting to hear back from 2 people. I've got 2 more slots to fill. I've got one for December 17th, which is next week, and then for Christmas Eve. Yes, that's right. Christmas Eve, Friday Night Frights will be live, and we will be watching a horror movie. What movie? I don't know yet, but that'll be a surprise. And then, of course, on December 31st, we'll be watching Halloween Revenge with guest Garrett Williamson and Natalia. I'll just leave it at Natalia because I don't want to butcher the name. But I'm totally looking forward to those 2 coming on the show. I think they're going to be a whole lot of fun. So don't forget, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Kevin B Entertainment. You can catch Kevin and Mia on the main event with Kevin and Mia. And join me next week for Friday Night Frights. And I'm hoping that by Monday at the latest, I will have an answer as to which film we're watching. So until next week, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for joining us. And share this with all your friends and family and your family's friends and your friends' family and all that. So, all right. I guess I'll stop flapping my gums here. I'm just trying to kill off a couple more minutes so it's an even 2 hours. But all right. Check us out on Wednesdays and then check me out again on Fridays. So have a wonderful evening, everybody. Stay safe and God bless.